What do you do when you are making progress for God, but you receive an invitation from an enemy? An invitation from the enemy. Not a physical enemy. Remember, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. So Sanballat, he's over Samaria in the north, and Tobiah is over the Ammonites to the east, and Geshem is over the Arabs to the south. But we're not talking about geography here, are we? We're talking about psychology, theology. We're talking about your Sanballats of self-pity, your Tobiahs of temptation, your Geshems of, what starts with a G? Gluttony. We're not supposed to preach about that sin in church. No, that'll mess the whole. How about we go with grumbling? I like grumbling. He said it was an enemy, and they asked me for a meeting. The enemy didn't ask Nehemiah, can we come in and destroy your credibility? Why would the enemy do that? You would say no. He said, let's talk. I'm hearing the rumors about what you build. Let's talk. It's an invitation. Let's talk. Hey, get that situation on your mind that you don't see any way out of and play out every hypothetical scenario of how it could go worse than you ever possibly thought. Let's talk. Hey, count up everybody in your mind who ever left your life and they were supposed to be there for you and they're not. And think about how they failed you, mistreated you. And think about the fact that they're probably off somewhere right now on an island, happy without you, driving a Ferrari. Let's talk. Think about the fact of everything that you don't have, and I want you to go look at everybody else who has everything you don't have, and I want you to put together a perfect conglomerate of all the people that in your imagination have something that you don't have, and then compare your image of them to your reality of yourself. Let's talk. And Nehemiah's like, oh no, which gave me a lesson. When the enemy speaks to me, Satan doesn't get to give me a command. He can only make a suggestion. So I see it like this. A lot of us in making progress in our walk with God or in the ways that God is working in us, I hear a lot of sermons, by the way, about God will work it out. Those are great sermons for shouting and clapping and celebrating. But what about what God is working in? It is him that works in you to will and to do according to his good pleasure. So when God is working in you and actually making progress, and then you receive that invitation from the enemy, what do you do with it? The first thing is to realize that just because he invites you doesn't mean you have to go. Now, if you don't belong to Jesus, then you've got to go because you're a slave to sin. So the enemy can just lob any accusation at you that he wants to, bring you down, pull you down, and beat you to death. But if you belong to Jesus, you are not under the jurisdiction of Sanballat or Tobiah or Geshem or any of the enemies that threaten the stability of your soul. What I'm trying to say is, if he purchased you with his blood, Jesus that is, Satan just doesn't get to invite you out of that state of being seated with Jesus into a state of feeling sorry for yourself. You don't have to go. Feel the spirit of oh no coming on me today. Oh no. It's your door. It's your decision. Hey, Nehemiah, they want to meet with you. No. 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 4 times no. Because I got something greater. Because I got something higher. Because I'm working on something important. Because if I come down and talk to you, it will invite me into the sabotage of the self-destructive patterns that this conversation will initiate. I'll be discouraged. I'll be discredited. How well do you know yourself? In order to realize, oh, this is an invitation from the enemy. How many of you got an invitation from the enemy this week? And the rest of you just got an invitation from the enemy to lie in church. I hate it when they do that. I don't know. I've actually been praising him this week and rejoicing in him. He is my rock. And I get these invitations at the strangest times when I'm making progress. When I get the wall built. Get the wall built, get a little win, feeling pretty good, getting ready to go forward. Okay, maybe I will forgive them. And then I see them. I noticed that all through scripture, right when they get to the Red Sea, Pharaoh's like, I'm not so sure I want to let them go. That's because they are almost gone. Sometimes when the enemy starts talking to you crazy stuff, discouraging stuff, worthless stuff, distracting stuff, that's how close you are. And that's how close you are that he's inviting you back. Look, the wall is built. So Sanballat knows if they get the wall built, all the trade is going to start going through Jerusalem, not through Samaria. I'm going to lose money if I let them go. Huh? Come on down and talk to me a little bit. Let's just talk about it. No big deal. Just talk a little bit about it. Because the devil isn't dumb enough to show up at your door with face paint on, looking like the Joker, laughing all crazy to talk to you about destroying your life. Just to get you to crack the door. I don't know if I want to hear this today, Pastor Stephen, because when you said the door, I thought you were saying about like the door of the opportunities that God has for me. Like God has open the door that nobody can shut. I'm looking for God to open a door for me because, I'm an entrepreneur is what it is. And I just need the Lord to open the door for me because, people don't really see my giftedness and where I work. They really don't understand what I'm capable of. But, I'm anointed. I'm anointed. I'm annotated. I'm anointed. I'm anointed from the top of my head to the soles of my feet, but I just need the Lord to open a door. I just need the opportunity. I've been wanting to sing up there on that stage, Pastor Stephen, but I need a place to try out because I really am a good singer, better than some of the people you have up there right now. I tell you that right now. And Pastor Stephen, if I just get an open door, if I just get a chance, if I just get a meeting. Okay, that's fine. God opens doors. Okay, let's all shout real quick that God opens doors. Let's get it out of our system. God opens doors. Now shout about it. Y'all are the most Episcopal, non-denominational church I've ever preached at in my life. Y'all are Presbyterian today. I don't know. Sometimes I think y'all meet in the lobby. Today, let's give him Pentecostal. Today, Presbyterian. We're going to be Catholic today. I don't know what y'all do out there. And watch this. Because you belong to the light, not the darkness, when the enemy invites you, you don't have to go. You don't have to go. If you belong to Jesus, there are some scriptures that apply to you that do not apply to those who don't call on his name. So you get to say, greater, that is, than he. So the devil says, come on down here and let's talk about how weak you are. Oh no, greater is he that is in me than I'm doing a great work for God. God's doing a great work in me. I can't be distracted right now by that. You have that power because of the Spirit, not your own self-power, self-will. None of that. I'm not talking about that. That will put you in the fetal position, sucking your thumb, eating macaroni and cheese for the next 16 days. I'm talking about what Nehemiah knew. I'm doing a great work for God. I'm doing a great work for God, and God is doing a great work in me. So the enemy's invitation, one way the Lord showed it to me, he said, it's an invitation, not a subpoena. Satan can't subpoena you. He can't tell you you have to do anything. The devil made me do it. I don't think he did. I think you went to Trader Joe's. I think you bought the chips. I think you bought 2 bags. I think you ate both of them. I didn't see the devil put anything in the cart or pay for it. I'm keeping it PG. That's what I'm talking about, food. We could go way deeper with this if this was a men's conference, okay? Delilah. We could talk about all kinds of stuff if it was a men's conference. It's too early in the morning for me to do that kind of stuff. But think about it. Think about it. While he's making progress for God, the enemy gives him an invitation. And the way he responds to that invitation, not reacts to his feelings, is going to be the most important thing about what happens next. Because remember, he's built the wall, but there's no doors. The Lord said I was going to be speaking to somebody today who loves Jesus, making progress. You've seen some freedom in your life. When you came to Jesus, you gave up the things that you didn't like, and now he's working on the stuff that you do. But you keep waiting on God to take struggles away out of your life. Any addiction, any pattern, that's between you and God. I won't sit here and name everything and start listing it. But I want to show you today what Nehemiah did at a vulnerable time. Now, nothing is vulnerable unless it's valuable. When did they start the attacks? When the wall started going up. Nobody messed with Jerusalem when it was lying in ruins. And the devil will never mess with you as long as you're serving him. He'll bring you water. The devil will rub the sunscreen on you if you go out there and serve him. Oh no. Oh yes, he will. Yeah, he absolutely will. The devil won't tell you no. The devil won't tell your flesh no. The devil won't mess with you at all. But as the resistance kicks in your life, when you really start getting to a different level and you really start pursuing something different than just satisfying your own flesh, that's when it kicks in. Progress for God, the wall is built, but the doors aren't in yet. He said, I was vulnerable to the attack in that moment because the doors weren't there. How about your doors? How about your doors? Wide open, tightly shut. The doors of your heart. What you let in, what you let out. I'm gonna need to move this from the metaphorical level. How about your social media intake levels? Wide open, tightly shut. Give me a visual. This is wide open. This is tightly shut. How you doing with the doors? Show me how you doing with your doors. We'll start with the social media doors, all right? All right, let's do the diet doors. The diet doors, how's the diet doors? How's it doing? All right. How about the judge not, lest ye be also judged doors? How's those doors doing? I had a weird door the other day that the Lord was dealing with me about. Everybody say doors. I'm talking about doors. I know it sounds so boring, but some of the biggest breakthroughs in your life will be from boring stuff that you don't want to do. I could pick 5,000 scriptures that people would shout over when I read them, and Nehemiah 7 isn't one of them because I was preaching about doors. Nobody ever shouted over a door. But if I preached on the walls of Jericho and they shouted and they fell, we would all shout over walls that fall down. But what do I do after they fall? I still got to fight. We shout over all the wrong stuff. You should be shouting that they got the doors in. Shout because they got the doors in. Because you are going to be so happy when you get your doors in place. I could almost see it this week when I was praying. I wasn't just studying with books out. I was praying, God, show me why these people are so vulnerable to the enemy's attack. Show me why I am. He said, because you always focus on the attack. You never do anything about it before it comes. You have no doors, no priorities. No order. Everything is important. Want to go to church today? Well, yeah, I guess so. The boat's in the shop and there's no kids having any games and the weather's kind of like too hot to be outside or weather's too cold to be. The weather has to be like perfectly mediocre to get people in the South to come to church. No priority to it. No priority to it. I'm not fussing. Yes, I am. I'm fussing at you because I am tired of the devil just coming in, picking off you, picking off your kids, just stripping you of everything God gave you because you let the door open. Because you don't know what time it is. Because you don't know what you got inside of you. Because you don't know how valuable it is. Because you don't know who you are. I'm doing a great work. I love to preach, baby. I'm going to help somebody today. It's the doors. It's not the devil. It's the same devil that somebody else isn't giving into. Same devil, but they have doors. I asked her one time, how do you not be so negative? Amy, I said, how do you not be negative? I need to learn how. How do you do it? And Chunks was like, she just doesn't pay any attention to what anybody else is doing. Huh? That's kind of cool. So she has like a closed door policy on judging what somebody else ought to be doing with their life. Well, that might help me. I told Holly the other day in a moment of vulnerability, something that I needed, not from her, she's amazing, something that I felt like I needed from God. This woman is so bold. Oh man. Now she's always saying nice stuff. If she was always saying stuff like this, I wouldn't be able to hear it, but it was just like a different tone. She just shifted the tone all of a sudden. She said, well, if God gave you that, you wouldn't do anything with it. No. Before I could close my heart in that moment, or I can realize she is so exactly right that the way I received this correction, or I could say, get behind me, Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem. I'm doing a great work. What good is that going to do? Just close the door on the person who's closest to me, who's telling me, I'm watching your life. And you got a pattern. And you're not going to get any power till you change the pattern. So I tested it. You ever read about Gideon in the Bible? He put a fleece out before the Lord. He said, Lord, if it's really you. And he put it through a series of tests. They call it fleecing the Lord. Fleece, testing, see if this is really God or not. So I put out a fleece. I said, give me an example of one time I had the chance to do that. You're like, you're being really obscure. We don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. It's personal. I said, give me an example. She said the exact one that had just happened the day before. Okay, I'll tell you what it was. Not specifically, but enough where you can get the taste of it. It was letting new people in my life. I don't trust anybody. I got a closed door policy from anybody that I didn't know back when my hair was platinum blonde or buzzed off. That's what we were talking about. She said, you keep asking this and that, God, to show you new things and do new things. Even if God sent them, you wouldn't trust them and let them in. She's saying, it's your door. It's locked so tight that God can send answers and you won't open. It's your door. I said, give me an example. She named the person that had texted me the day before that I didn't text back because I don't trust them yet. She named them. She didn't know they texted me. I don't think she went through my phone and found it. She just said it like a prophet. But you see what I'm saying? It's your door. It's not that God didn't give the opportunity. I didn't open the door to it. And that happens. And God works in waves, see? First came back Zerubbabel, then came Ezra, then came Nehemiah. He did all these things in waves. He works in waves in your life. And you have to be open to what God is doing now. You have to. But at the same time that Nehemiah is celebrating this awesome victory with the exiles that have come back, I mean, even that, he could have been so discouraged that only 10% of the people came back from Babylon. I don't know if you knew that or not. They didn't all come back after 70 years. Some died. Some had already built nice homes. Some of them had never even really heard that much about Jerusalem. So now he's working with the remnant of what's left, but he's not discouraged. He builds. He's attacked, but he's not discouraged. He builds. He refuses to let the door of discouragement lead him into the depths of despair. And I think the way he was able to do that is in chapter 7, verse 1 through 3, very clearly enunciated. He calls a meeting. He's like, let me tell you what we're gonna do. Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem, they're not gonna stop. And I say that over you. These thoughts of insecurity, these pangs of worry, these problems that go on in your head, they are not going to stop, okay? They will daily, sometimes in certain seasons, sometimes in your high moments, sometimes when in